Hey, this is Dave Thomas III. I'm your relationship coach here at Faked Out by Love. You know, it's a very common question that I get. I get this question a lot, and I usually get it from guys asking about women. And sometimes I get it from women asking about guys, and that is, why is it that so many women out there, some guys, prefer to have the company of people who are unhealthy for them or who are going to make them miserable in a relationship instead of choosing a man or a woman who can help to bring them happiness, who's healthy for them, who's decent. And really, there's a three-part dynamic that's going on here. And the first part of that dynamic is what we as people fantasize or reasonably expect a relationship to be. And I'm going to skip number 2 and go to number 3. What it is that we actually get from a relationship. Now, what's number 2? Well, number 2 is what I like to call emotional alignment. That's the middleman in this whole situation. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't give a whole lot of attention to. Emotional alignment is referring to what we have been conditioned for mentally and emotionally, usually from our upbringing. So what we choose in a mate a lot of times is been programmed in us from the time that we've been little kids. So if we're really used to dealing with dysfunctional people, or if we grew up with very dysfunctional people, especially if we grew up with dysfunctional parents and that kind of thing, then 9 times out of 10, what we choose in a mate will tend to be somebody who's dysfunctional. Now, what plays a role into this, but a lot of times not operationally or functionally, is what society tells us a relationship should look like. So, you know, in our minds, we'll say a relationship should be a really healthy thing by all intents and purposes, by all appearances. You know, really enjoyable, very fulfilling, very purposeful. But instead, if we're used to something else really from an operational standpoint, from a functional standpoint, that's what we tend to go for because that's what our emotional alignment dictates. Now, just because we are emotionally aligned for those types of relationships, does that mean that, of course, we're stuck and that we have no recourse but to always find ourselves with dysfunctional people who make us miserable that we're going to be complaining about all the time? That's another thing that people have asked me about or have mentioned when they say, well, you know, why do people pick somebody that's no good for them, then turn around and complain about it? Well, you know, that's part of the dynamic. But does it mean that we're stuck? Well, no, you're not stuck. Just like anything else in life, you can change it if you really, really want to. It will take effort, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to feel natural to you. It's going to feel weird. I've had lots of women, and a lot of guys don't quite understand this. I've had lots of women tell me through my studies that, hey, you know what, I've met this great guy. He's everything that I believe that I should have, but he's boring. He's this, he's that, or he scares me. People have to remember, especially in regards to women, that women tie a lot of what they do to their emotions. So when it comes to major changes in the way they do things, women become emotionally uncomfortable, and that's scary to them. It takes them time. It takes them more time than it does on average than a guy to turn around and change their emotional alignment. So anyway, there's the answer to the question. Number 1, what we expect. Number 2, what we are really emotionally conditioned for and mentally conditioned for. And number 3, what we actually get out of a relationship. But in between these two dynamics at the number 2 level, we can change what we wind up in the number 3, what we wind up with in the number 3 position by taking the time to work on ourselves, by taking the time to reconfigure and reprogram how we think and how we look at relationships and what we consider to be healthy and what we consider to be tolerable or intolerable in a relationship. It can be done. People do it all the time, and I've helped many people do it. Well, again, my name is Dave Thomas III. I'm your relationship coach here at Faked Out by Love. Now, if you like this video, reach down there, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. Love to have the support, and also leave a comment in the comment section. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm always interested in what people think. And the last thing is hit the notification bell. That way you're going to be sure to get a notification or get notice that I've uploaded another video, which I do quite frequently. All right, well, you guys have a great day. I'm looking forward to hearing from you and seeing you again.